Welcome to the Taiwan language episode, a podcast for learning and insights in Mandarin and Taiwanese. I am your host, Yasmin. Welcome to today's episode. In the last episode, we mentioned a rice noodle shop, Glorious by Blossom Bridge. Today, I want to share with you Taiwan's rice noodle soup. Taiwanese rice noodle soup is a classic Taiwanese breakfast and a favorite late-night snack for many people. It is made of rice noodles, broth, and various ingredients. If you want to find a place that serves rice noodle soup, you can go to traditional snack stalls, breakfast shops, or some specialty restaurants. You can find them on almost every corner in Taiwan. So, what is rice noodle? As the name suggests, rice noodles are noodles made from rice. But in Taiwan today, most rice noodles are not made purely from rice. There are what we call blended rice noodles, which are rice noodles with added starches. Traditional rice noodles are made from rice flour, but the quality of traditional rice noodles is harder to control. They easily break during cooking and can become mushy or hard. So, producers started adding starch or modified starch in the making of rice noodles to improve their quality. Compared to pure rice, starch has a simpler composition, stable properties, a texture that meets market needs, and is relatively inexpensive. So, adding starch to rice noodle production has become a common practice. These blended rice noodles are easier to control in terms of quality, less likely to break, and have a better texture after cooking, with lower production costs. In Taiwan, based on different rice noodle textures, I categorize rice noodles into three types. The first type is the coarse rice noodles commonly seen in the northern region. The second type is the fine rice noodles, more commonly eaten in the southern region. These two types are mostly blended rice noodles that will not turn mushy, even if cooked all day, because the pure rice noodles need to be taken out after cooking for just a few minutes, or they will turn mushy. The blended rice noodles have a chewing texture that is delightful. The third type is pure rice noodles, made from 100% rice. They retain the rice fragrance and are easier for the elder or children with a weak digestion to absorb. They retain the rice fragrance and are easier for the elderly or children with weak digestion to absorb, meeting the needs of different people. Now let's talk about the types of rice noodle soup. There are many varieties of Taiwanese rice noodle soup. Each region has its own specialty. The most common rice noodle soup is made with pork bone broth, which is simmered from pork bones, resulting in a rich and savory broth. The ingredients in rice noodle soup are also very diverse, commonly including meatballs, pork stew, fried tofu, bok choy, celery, and fried shallots. Some shops even offer more luxurious seafood ingredients like shrimp and oysters. On the street, you can order a basic rice noodle soup at a very affordable price, or you can choose the deluxe version with over 10 different ingredients. Speaking of rice noodle soup, I want to share my favorite flavors: squid rice noodle soup and taro rice noodle soup. Squid rice noodle soup is a classic Taiwanese snack made with fresh smoked squid and rice noodles as the main ingredients, cooked in a rice broth with the sweetness of the squid enhancing the savory flavor of the soup. Taro rice noodle soup is another Taiwanese specialty snack, made with a fragrant and sweet taro and rice noodles as the main ingredients, cooked in a rich broth. The sweetness of the taro makes the pork bone broth even richer and creamier. Squid rice noodle soup and taro rice noodle soup are both unique Taiwanese snacks, each with its own characteristics. If you have the chance to visit Taiwan, be sure to try them. Alright, above is my personal sharing. Hope you like it. Through today's sharing, let's learn a few sentences of Taiwanese about rice noodle soup. The first one, 我要點一碗米粉湯。我要點一碗米粉湯。I would like to order a bowl of rice noodle soup. The speaker is placing an order at the restaurant. 我要點一碗米粉湯. And second one, that is one of my favorite. 小羹仔米粉. 小羹仔米粉. That's squid rice noodle soup. And the other one is also one of my favorite. 蚵仔米粉. 蚵仔米粉. That is taro rice noodle soup. And the last one, after you finish it, you wanna comment that the rice noodle soup is delicious. And you feel satisfied with that soup. And you can say, 米粉湯真好食. 米粉湯真好食. The rice noodle soup is delicious. 米粉湯真好食. Alright, so let's review those for usage. The first one, 我要點一碗米粉湯. 我要點一碗米粉湯. And second one, 小羹仔米粉. 小羹仔米粉. And what else you want to order? That is 蚵仔米粉. 蚵仔米粉. And then last one, you think that's delicious, you can say 米粉湯真好食. 米粉湯真好食. So that wraps up what I had to share today. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a 5-star review on your listening platform. Feel free to share this podcast with your friends to help more people discover this podcast. You can support my work by buying me a cup of coffee, which helps this podcast to continue providing learning resources. To enrich your learning experience, I create a study guide in Chinese with pinyin versions. And there are more to discover from my website. Be sure to check our show notes for more information. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you join us again on Taiwan language episode. Thank you for being with us today, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.